So I'm just taking a break from making my no sugar chocolate, and I thought this would be a great opportunity just to share where I'm at with sweeteners. I would really appreciate to hear where you're at. It has not been straightforward, do the research and you come up with a perfect sweetener, because there isn't a perfect sweetener. They're either going to taste absolutely amazing and make whatever product you're making taste just desirable, but send you on a blood sugar roller coaster, or they're going to taste synthetic and they're not going to send you on this blood sugar roller coaster. There's so many different variables, and if you have the answer to the perfect sweetener, type it in below. Would all love to hear it. It's been a real journey for me so far. At home, I use a raw honey and maple syrup. That price-wise, and honey not being vegan, doesn't fit in my product remit, and it just doesn't work consistency-wise. I used all of these and honey and maple syrup at home. So we'll start with the two more precarious products that might fall over on the end. My absolute favourite sweetener to use is vanilla, and you might say that's not a sweetener, but it's very sweet. So I use that a lot in pancakes and cakes and recipes at home. And any of my sweet products I make, I nearly always have it, because it adds this real distinctive, for me, delicious flavour, and it does add a key note of sweetness, which means you can use less of these other sweeteners. So vanilla is my out and out favourite. It's not super sweet, so you're going to need to use other sweeteners to sweeten chocolate and cakes. The other one is stevia. Don't want to be using too much of this product, but again, because it has a slightly synthetic flavour, but it's very sweet. And if you use just the right amount, in combination with these other sweeteners, it can really mean you use a lot less of these other sweeteners. So it's a great sidekick to these other sweeteners. We'll start with coconut sugar. I use coconut sugar in my vanilla activated chocolate, and a little bit in my orange CBD chocolate. And coconut sugar is fantastic. Really high minerally rich profile that it has. Spiked your blood sugar index, it is a sugar. But yeah, we use that in conjunction with stevia or any of these other products. We use less of it, because that's the most likely to spike your blood sugar the hardest and send you on that roller coaster out of all the products that we're using. But it tastes delicious and is still better for you than a refined cane sugar or beet sugar. And then we're going to go on to goji berries. Obviously, this is dried fruit. This is going to spike your blood sugar index again, but it's a whole food. I either grind it to a goji berry powder, making it sweet, but you've still got that fibre, so it doesn't affect your blood sugar the same as if it was a refined sugar. So goji berries we use as a major sweetener in the no sugar white label chocolate I do. And the other key ingredient in that white label product is lucuma, which is a Peruvian berry. Again, it's ground to a powder, but it's from a berry, so it's a whole food, but it's been ground up, so it's got all its fibre. It spikes your blood sugar slightly, but it adds a very interesting, delicious vanilla digestive biscuit flavour. It's really interesting and really nice, so that adds a different component to the chocolate or the cake. And then actually, I'm loving this. This is a reasonably new discovery. It's inulin root. So it's chicory root, actually, an inulin extracted from the chicory root. And that, again, like vanilla, isn't incredibly sweet, but it has sweet undertones. So adding that means you can use less of the other sweeteners. But the real reason that I started adding this was because it's really high in a really good quality prebiotic fibre. So I add that for the prebiotic fibre, and it happens to be sweet at the same time, so you can use less of these other sweeteners. And then these two are the same. This is erythritol, so this is a sugar alcohol from a tree, so it's like xylitol, it's like birch sap. It's then obviously refined and processed, which is why I've always had reservations about using it, because it's refined and processed, but it ticks too many other positive boxes for me to discount it. It acts exactly like sugar. Xylitol seems to have a cooling effect, which isn't good in chocolate, which naturally has a warming effect, unless you're doing like a peppermint chocolate. Erythritol doesn't have half that, or less than half of that kind of cooling effect. Also, xylitol is antimicrobial, so it's great in chewing gum, and if you keep it in your mouth for killing microbes in your mouth. but as soon as you digest it, it then can disrupt your microbiome. So xylitol got ruled out, and erythritol replaced it. It's like its tree sister. Similar process, similar processing, and similar product. It doesn't dissolve in the cacao butter or the coconut butter. So if you're making a smooth chocolate, it ends up being a bit granular if you're using the granules. So we also have an erythritol icing sugar. So this will dissolve in and give a really smooth texture. It's as it's ground up, a teaspoon is obviously a lot sweeter than the granules, so you've got to really work out the sweetness ratio. I find it equal sugar, equal sweetness to normal sugar, but it doesn't affect your blood sugar at all, which I find remarkable, and it really ticks all the boxes of having the flavour, not spiking the blood sugar, and then bringing enough sweetness to sweeten the chocolate. So yeah, this is where I'm at, and I'm open to suggestions. I'm actually doing this video in hoping I'll get some real interesting replies from you guys. So yeah, post below, let me know what sweeteners and why. I'm really interested in the why and which way you're facing using sweeteners at the minute. Thanks so much.